question 5, just a quick revisit here, okay? So I might just do part 1 and part 3 just to give you an extra flavour for what's going on here, okay? Now, the first thing to remember is when you're asked for f after f of x, the first trick is to write down what f of x is, okay? But we already have it, so we know f of blank is 2 times blank take away 5. Now, this represents the f part. Now, the input, however, is going to be f of x. It's sort of weird. You're sort of reading it. If you look at this section here, like this, you're sort of reading it left to right. So you're going sort of left, which is unusual. You got to do the part that's nearest to the brackets first. So we got to do what f of x is first. And we know f of x is 2x minus 5. So we're basically changing this to f of 2x minus 5. And we know that f of 2x minus 5 is 2x minus 5. And then bracket 2x minus 5. And take away another 5. Then we go 2 times 2x is 4x. 4x take away 5 is 10. And then there's still a minus 5 there. And then you're told, you know, it's 4x minus 15. However, you know it's a solved answer. So it also specifies this zone here that your answer equals 1. That means you bring the 15 to the other side and you get 4x equals 1 plus 15, which is 16. 4x equals 16. Divide 16 by 4 and you get x equals 4. That work, Brian? Exactly. That's Brian. Give me encouragement. Now, next part, guys, is we're going to do part 3, which is g after f of x, okay? Now, g after f of x, once again, you're so in this g after f of x region, you're working left to right. So we're going to do f of x first. So first of all, I'm going to write down what g blank is. G blank is blank squared minus 1. Now, what's beside the g? Beside the g is fx. And we know that fx is 2x minus 5. So that means we put in the 2x minus 5 here and the 2x minus 5 here. So essentially what we're getting is the answer to this, the answer to the yellow part of the question is all of this here. So next thing we're going to do is going to square that out into 2x minus 5 multiplied by 2x minus 5. And you're going to take away 1. Okay. Multiply that, 2x by 2x is 4x squared. 2x by minus 5 is minus 10x. Minus 5 times 2x is minus 10x. Minus 5 minus 5 is plus 25. Take away 1. Then we're going to get 4x squared minus 20x. And 25 take away 1 is 24. And then that in turn equals 24. Now, you can see that's because we knew the answer. The question says the answer is 24. Now we have a solve question where you have to solve what the x value is. Now, if there's a 24 on both sides, when you move 24 over the other side, it becomes a minus 24. Plus 24 minus 24 cancel each other out. So you get 4x squared minus 20x equals 0. You can look at both of these and say, okay, what can I take out of both of them? Well, I can take out 4x, and what that'll leave behind is x take away 5 equals 0. Then what you're going to have is 4x equals to 0. X minus 5 equals to 0. Bring over the x equals 5. And then just multiply by 4 on the left, which makes it divide by 4 on the right. And once again, you get x equals 0. Now, next thing we're going to get is we're going to try question 6. It says f after g of x is equal to g after f of x. Well, let's start off with one bit at a time. Let's start off with the yellow part. Okay, let's first of all write down what the f function is. The f function is f of blank is 2 times whatever your input is plus 5. But your input for this yellow part is g of x. So what is g of x? G of x is 4x plus a. So it's f of 4x plus a equals 2 times 4x plus a plus 5. We multiply it out and we get ax plus 2a. Then plus 5, and that is our answer for the yellow part. So the yellow part is this part here. Next thing we're going to have to do is get the blue part. the blue part is using the g function with f of x as an input. So the g function, which we're reading here in this blue box here, the g function is g blank equals 4 times blank plus a. Now what do we insert in that blank's position? Well, beside the g is f of x. So we insert what f of x is. F of x is 2x plus 5. So we're actually getting g of 2x plus 5. Replace that into the blank. 4 times 2x is ax. 4 times 5 is 20. And then that's plus a at the end. Now what we're told is that the blue part has to equal the yellow part. So basically from earlier on, if we go back to my highlighter, this blue part here must equal this yellow part here. That's what it says. So my blue part equals my yellow part. Next we write down the next line. Then we get 8x plus 2a plus 5 equals 8x plus 20 plus a. The ax's on both sides cancel. We're going to bring the 5 to the right, and we're going to bring this 1a to the left. So it's going to be 2a take away 1a, a equals minus 5 plus 20. And then what we can see here is that 2a take away 1a is a, minus 5 plus 20 is 15. Your a value is 15. Okay, so there's question 6 done. Next thing we're going to try is question 8. Now question 8 is quite wordy, but once again, try not to get too bogged down in it, okay? A gas meter indicates the amount of gas in cubic meters used by the consumer. The number of terms of heat from x cubic meters of gas is given by the formula, given by the function f of x equals 36x. The number of terms of heat. Okay, so terms of heat equals 36 multiplied by basically the number of cubic meters of gas you use. So it's equal to 36x. Okay, x has to be a positive number. A particular gas company charges in euro for t terms is given by the function g, where g of t equals 20 plus 0.03. So the first thing we need to find out is how much terms of heat we use. Once we find out how many terms of heat we use, we can put the answer for this into this function here. So the g function, it's g of the number of terms you use equals 20 plus 0.03 times the terms of heat you use. Okay, so how many terms of heat are produced from 120 cubic meters of gas? Very simply, the number of terms of heat used is going to be 36 multiplied by the number of cubic meters of gas we use, which is going to be 36 times 120. So that's 4,320. So it's going to be 36 times 120, which is 4,300. Sorry, what did we say it was? 4,320. Now, we know how much terms of heat we're using for 120 cubic meters of gas. Next thing it's going to ask me is, what is the cost of using 4,968 terms? This is part 2. Well, replace the t value with 4,968. And then very simply put that into your calculator. And what you'll get is 20 plus 0.03 multiplied by 4,968. And you find out that it's going to be €169.04. Okay, so €169.04. Part 3, find the cost of using the following amounts of gas from this electric company. Now, these questions, I'm not going to do all of them. I'll do part C for you. That means you guys might want to try A and B yourselves, but here's essentially what you do. Actually, go on, I'll do B and C for you. Feeling charitable. Brian gave out to me there, told me better do more work for you. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. the first thing we need to do is find out how much terms we get for 150 cubic meters worth. So it's going to be 36 times 150, which is going to be, what do you think say that was, Brian? 5,400. Exactly. So 5,400, okay? Next, we're going to use this formula, 20 plus 0.03 times the 5,400 terms we're going to use. Okay? So it's going to be 20 plus 0.03 times 5,400. And we get €182, which is expected because it should cost more than 120. So this is €182. Okay. Likewise, if we're going to do 440 cubic meters, we'll replace in the 440 here, like so. 36 times 440 is 15,840 terms. So 1,840 terms. Like so, 15,840 terms. Then we got to sub it into the G equation, like so. 15,840. So it's going to be 20 plus 0.03 times 15,840. And what we should get is €495.20. Whoop, the boss is giving out. Now, next thing, so there you go. We're expecting obviously 440 cubic meters to be a lot more expensive than that. Okay, next thing. Find the rule in the simplest form for which the function g of f, where g of x is cost of using units. So we're going to combine both equations together. Okay, so we're essentially saying g after f of x, and what this will do is it will price it straight away from the amount of cubic meters. You don't have to do both equations. You only ever have to do one equation this way. So here's what we do. The number term of heat, which is f of x, is 36x. Then replace the 36x into the g equation, like so. So this is 36x, and we're going to get, so this is going to be an equation that tells us the amount of money, okay? So this is going to tell us the cost of any one we want. So for example is, now what's 0.03 times 36 is a different matter. 27 over 25, or 1.08. We'll take 1.08. Okay, so it's 20 plus 1.08 times x. Okay, now let's try this out. Remember we had the answer earlier on. We had the answer that 150 cubic meters was €182. We'll try sub in 150 into this formula and see if it works. And look, lo and behold, it does work. So you can see that it's the same answer no matter what. So this is now the cost equation we have, and we verified it using one of the answers from part 3, which I did already. Done. Use your rule to find the cost of 550 cubic meters. Well, that's very easy. Replace x with 550, and so here's what you get. Brian's giving me all the advice today, guys. So he's telling me how to do the equations. So the answer would be €614. Okay, guys, that's everything from myself and Brian today.